Hi, welcome to Inspiration Daily for December 25th, 2021. I'm your host, Gina Greenlee, who struggles with spatial relationships, of GinaGreenlee.com, and today's inspiration is the Kundalini Yoga Shoulder Spin. I don't really have enough space here, I gotta up my studio game. I'm getting there, folks, give me a minute. Everybody's learning and growing together. Okay, here we go. All right. This is, and then you go back, but you do it really fast. I got all kinds of stuff going on in my studio. Okay. So that's a brief demonstration of the Kundalini Yoga Shoulder Spin. Why does it inspire me? Well, like most of all my inspirations, is that not like all of my inspirations. I first did the Kundalini Yoga Shoulder Spin, oh my God, maybe it was like 13, 14 years ago when my yoga instructor who was on vacation, arranged for a replacement to teach his class. And his class was not Kundalini. I don't remember what it was. It wasn't Bikram either, because I tried that and I was passed out. So, and all that heat. But whatever it was he did, I don't remember now. She was doing Kundalini. So I get to the class and she starts saying she's going to do Kundalini. And so she gives us a little history, and she gives us a little background on it. And then she says, first we're going to warm up with a yoga spin, with a shoulder spin. And I was like, okay, so I wasn't really feeling it, because I was hoping that actually my instructor said that he was going to get someone who teaches his style of yoga to substitute for him, and that turned out not to be, and that happened. So I was proud of myself, because I didn't stomp out. I just said, well, I'm here to take the yoga class, and I've traveled, and so I'm going to take it, even though I don't know what she's talking about. and so I stayed. I was not in my comfort zone. I was also disappointed. I was out of my comfort zone. I was disappointed because I had this expectation. And so I just kind of went with it. Well, after she gave her little background and a little lesson on Kundalini yoga, she starts with the shoulder spin thing to warm up. And I can't, because I don't want to hurt my arm. Okay. Yeah. And then you go back. Well, I'm inspired to talk about this experience and to talk about the Kundalini yoga shoulder spin in particular, because that's the only thing that was really my only takeaway from that whole yoga class. We did do other things, but that is incredibly invigorating. I just have to tell you, initially I was like, what the heck? Because I think of for me, the type of yoga that I like to practice is more chill. And I'm into restorative yoga. I'm into, really holding poses. I'm into, so it's a very, and I need to do some more research and put it in the transcript box. But it's a very, I don't know. I guess I'd call it a more energetic form of yoga. They do this. I don't know what you call it in Sanskrit, but the ocean breath. And it's breath that makes a lot of noise, and it's like, and that's never been my thing. I like to breathe my own way and not deal with these things. So I was surprised. I was truly surprised when we start going, and I'm like, this is not relaxing, spinning my arms. It's just not relaxing, that's not why I'm here. But I stayed with it, and then after, we were just twirling. I don't remember how long we did it. And then she goes, going the other way, go the opposite direction. And at some point, something just clicked in my body. It reminds me of when, back in the day when I used to run marathons and when I was a runner. And even when I walk now, usually at about mile 4 is when the endorphins click in. It's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. I'm feeling that endorphin rush and it feels good. It's like, yeah, I'm in the zone. Yeah, what people call in the zone when you exercise. So that's what happened. I got into that zone. Something was going, endorphin, something, but I was flying. I was like, woo, you want to talk about take to the sky on a natural high. So that's what it was. And I was like, this is dope. And so when I had that memory and thought, yo, I'm going to make this a topic for Inspiration Daily, it then inspired me to do the Kundalini Yoga Shoulder Spin again because it was so invigorating. And sometimes I need to be invigorated, and not like do it with sugar or, just stuff that's not good for me. I mean, it's really only like sugar and, like eat like a whole bag of corn chips or something because I do like to eat. So yeah, I'm totally feeling it. I'm gonna find some stuff on the internet that talk about the shoulder spin. I'm gonna just do a disclaimer that if you got issues with your shoulder girdle, this is not for you. Don't be doing this. Because, I know people, the shoulder girdle, the pelvic girdle, there's not a lot of, it's very sensitive in here. So unless you have a lot of muscle and bulk to help gird you, I know people who've had all kinds of shoulder, rotator cuff surgery and the shoulder hurt and they can't put their arm up past here and they can't so that's probably not for you. I have a very, solid shoulder girdle. I don't have any shoulder issues. I can do this. I can, put my hands behind. I can do all kinds of things with my shoulder girdle. I don't have those issues. I'm not saying you should do it necessarily. I'm just saying this is how I discovered it. I stayed open to an experience that I really wasn't feeling great about. I was disappointed that I was having this experience versus something that I expected, and yet I stayed with it. And I moved through it. That expression, the only way out is through. I don't know who said that. So maybe it's Robert Frost. I don't know who said that. Anyway, that's the inspiration to be present with. Sometimes you're presented with things that you're just not feeling it, and that's okay. Because this might be something new. And then if you stay with it and move through it, you might learn something. And that's today's Inspiration Daily for December 25th, 2021.